Very good morning, and today is August 23rd, 2024, and I thought I'll quickly do a market pulse. So this is basically to give a heads up of what's happening in the market and also some glimpses around what really happened yesterday. So before I start, yesterday our prediction was Nifty to close between 24,700 and then 24,000. 25,000. I think that definitely happened. I believe Nifty yesterday closed at around 24,000. 1 second. 811. I think that is definitely good news. And today, what I'll do is I'll quickly take you through some news, what is happening in the world, and also some predictions around what is happening from the Sensex perspective, or what is going to happen from the Sensex perspective. So that's the main intention for today. Are you able to hear me? All right. Sorry about that. So I restart again. So in case if you are doing any overnight positions, so there is one international event that you need to be aware. So there is a Jackson Hole annual symposium that started yesterday, August 22nd in US. And then I think most of you heard about Jeremy Powell, right? So he's the US Fed chairman. He is going to address the symposium later today. That's India evening, or India, I think around 7:30 p.m. or 8 p.m. So in case if you have overnight positions, so be cautious. So there are only two outcomes, right? So one thing is if he announces the rate cut, it's going to be definitely some bit of a positive movement for Monday. If it is not, and if he gives a lot of news around economy is not being good, or something is not happening, so he might, probably markets might go a bit flat. But anyway, I think we'll get that some view later today when we see Nasdaq and then S&P 500. The next one is yesterday FII's net flows were positive and also DAs, while Nifty was pretty much flat. And before I start, I wanted to really okay, I have two more things to update, and then I'll go back to Nifty and then Sensex either. So I think if you are owning Adani Power, they are planning to acquire this a company called Lanco Arman Tech, which is, in fact, I think this is based out of Chhattisgarh. If you're from AP, this is Lanco is a company from Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad. So unfortunately, they did not do well, and then they're planning to acquire. I think there is going to be some I would think it's going to be positive impact to Adani Power. Again, do not take it as a recommendation. I think last one is important. I think most of you or some of you would have probably invested in sovereign gold bonds, and then government is actually planning to not to do any further gold bonds. The reason was, I think, as you had seen, that there are a lot of freebies there. There is going to 2.5% bonus, and then there's going to be some reduction in the tax, so on and so forth. So government felt that it is actually adding a lot of additional money to them, so that's the reason they plan to not to do gold bonds for the. Again, this is as of no news. The way which this is going to impact is obviously when there is no gold bonds, I think a lot of people will come and then put the money in stocks or the mutual funds. I think it is definitely a positive input to market. I think those are all the few news items that I wanted to really be aware. But I think the gold bonds thing, I don't think it's going to be an immediate impact to stock market. But then as the time progresses, I think we'll definitely get to see. So let me now shift to one more screen. Just give me a few seconds and then I'll be back in a minute. All right. Okay. So this is Nifty. Nifty, I think if you have watched Market Pulse yesterday, our prediction Nifty was below 25,000. This number 25,000 yesterday. This was yesterday, and then about 24,700. I think somewhere here, and then it pretty much expired between these two levels. And then I did make some money yesterday. So I think I did one or two mistakes, but that's yesterday. It was a profitable day overall for Nifty. And yesterday, I think at least I'm guessing buyers would have struggled a little bit. However, they did get some opportunities. There is a fall here, and then there is an up one, and there is a fall. So, but I think from the seller's perspective, this is pretty much a flat day yesterday. I think overall, as I said, for me, it was. I think overall a good day. And today, probably let's look at Sensex. What's going to happen? So Sensex, this is again 15 minutes chart, and then close to 85% correlation. So I think the bottom is difficult to define today. The reason is Sensex all-time high. Let me go to the all-time high. Is about 82,000. I think 82,182. I think the probability of Sensex hitting one more all-time high before this expiry, the probability is very low. Maybe it would probably expire around this particular range. We have one more week anyway for Sensex to expire, but then today is a weekly expiry, so we will probably more cautious around what's going to happen today. I think that's what which is mostly important. Let me get on to 10 minutes and then see. This is all right. I think I'll stay with 15 minutes for now, and then once the market opens, I'll have a look at it. So right now, at least from the Sensex perspective, let me draw these lines. All right. So yeah, at least for me, it's going to expire between 81,000 and then the 81,500. Probably in case if there is some up move or flattish move, it might probably go just below this. I think probably this is the number that I would look at, which is 80,000 instead of 81,000. Yeah, it's around 80,942. I think probably I'll make one more 80,900. I think so. This is the level that I would track today, 80,900, and then top is around 80,000. 500, 81,500. I think it's around a range of close to about 500 points. And yeah, I think overall I'm looking at a flattish day. And however, last Friday was a surprise. So last Friday, I think this one, right? So there was definitely down move, and then suddenly there was an up move. And while the movement isn't so great, but then I did lose some money here. But today I will be very cautious. So Sensex, I'm not going to put a lot of money, and I'll see if I can do either next week expiry of Nifty or maybe mid cap also. One of those things I'll do. But Sensex, I will have very less quantity today. I'll just be cautious. I think that's about the Sensex prediction. And overall, I think if you look at Gift Nifty and then the Asian markets, they were pretty much stable. What's your screen time as option seller? Quick question: what is your screen time? So I do use a lot of automation, so I do not monitor every second or minute. I think it's very difficult to say what is the screen time. Maybe an hour or two in a day, so or less than that. But I mean, it's basically because I do have triggers and automation whenever, for example, if I wanted to see if Sensex is crossing, I'll just put an alert here and then leave it there. In case if I get that sound, I will have to look at, but otherwise I'm absolutely all right. It's not required for us to continuously looking at the charts, what is happening. And also whenever I take positions, I uh, tend to put the exit plan as soon as I enter the position. So that's the reason it's not required for me to monitor. In case that gets hit, it automatically gets exited. I think only rare scenarios, I think definitely last month, July 12th, Sensex absolutely moved quite fast, right? So some of those cases you will not get trades get executed, right? So that's how it is. I do place system SL, absolutely. That's true. So otherwise, it's very difficult to manage this. But again, I think the SL is I do not do at the trade level. I usually sometimes I do at the PNL level also. So it's not that it got to be done at the trade level. And also, one more very important thing. Let's say if I have 1,000 quantity, I would not exit everything at the single go. I would do progressive exit, which means that 50% I will exit at, let's say, uh, 12 rupees, and the remaining 50% I'll exit at 16 rupees, something like that. So that even if first one hit and then it goes down, I would not lose massive money there. But again, it all goes with the day by day, and then the kind of confidence that I have on the trade. All right. Anyway, that's very specific to trade. But anyway, let's look at the market pulse now. So uh, thanks, Janit. I think let me put your name onto the. All right. Okay. So I think that's about the Sensex for today. And I think Nifty, my view, uh, I think Nifty also, I think mostly will stay pretty much flat. Today, I'm not expecting too many miracles. And because the Powell speech is anyway later today, I'm guessing markets would definitely wait for that speech to happen, and then anything up move or down move, I'm guessing it's going to be Monday. But right now, I think it's fair to track Sensex to below 81,500. I think that's where I would probably stop there. All right. So I think how are you going to do adjustments? I think this is a bit difficult question to answer right now, but I think I'll have to do. So I'm actually planning to do a live session on Sunday morning at about 10 o'clock. I will cover some of those adjustments, but not today. Otherwise, this session will go a little longer. All right, I think that's on that. And I know I have been telling this positional trade that I did. In fact, yesterday I closed everything. This is a capital of about 27 lakhs. And yesterday I did close with some losses, but that's all right. So I wanted to close this completely and then go get on to fresh trade. So technically, this trade was started on Friday, which is July 28th, I think. Yeah, July 28th. And I started with the losses because that day market went up quite a bit, and then yeah, I ended up here. So overall, for 27 lakhs, it's gave about 1,65,000. I think it's about probably little above 5%, I think, or maybe 6%. I think that's a good way to get some money. And I think 27 lakhs and 1.65 lakhs, I think is for 27 lakhs getting 1.65 lakhs, I think definitely a good thing. And generally I do aim for 5% in a positional trade, because generally I enjoy positional trade. The reason is you will be able to put across all your strategies, and then you have plenty of time to think, and you would not take any decision in the spur of a moment, right? So you will have a lot of time to think and then take a call. So that's the reason I enjoy positional trade. To be honest, when I say enjoy, I mean it. So at the end of the day, it's not about losing or gaining money, right? It's about whether your strategy is working or not. Out of 12 months, probably we will fail in 2 to 3 months. That's absolutely all right. You will not get all the months successful, but then it gives that satisfaction that your thinking probably worked or did not work, whatever it is, right? So in fact, Sunday morning I'm going to explain some of the adjustments that I did, and as you can see here, I did 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. I think 13, I think this is probably not an adjustment, I did a mistake. So about 12 adjustments I did, which is definitely okay for a positional trade. And then charges are not so massive. It's about 4% versus 1.65. It's definitely less than what is the percentage? It's about 3%, I think. Yeah, I think that's absolutely manageable. So can you do live trade session? Not right now, but then I will probably do after 2 to 3 months time frame, because live trade is I need to spend considerable time to prepare and then be ready for that. So how to connect with you is an option, right? On my cell phone. Yeah, so the best way to connect with me is you can ping me in Twitter, and then I mostly respond to everybody except when somebody asking for money. But otherwise I do respond to pretty much 100% queries. So yeah, ping me on Twitter, Janith, Mr. or Miss Janith, whoever it is. All right, I think that's all for now. And as I said, this thing I'm going to explain on Sunday very clearly. On that note, I also entered the September expiry trades already, as you can see here. In fact, I'm probably will show now. Yeah, all right. So these are all the September expiry trades, and then as you can see here, I used about 23 lakhs for now, and then if everything goes well, you get about 79,000, which is about 3.4% at this point of time. And I am left with probably I have took out about 2 lakhs. So yeah, oh, I have about 5.17 margin available. I thought I took off some money. All right, so I'm left with about 5.17 lakhs margin, and then I will use this for adjustments, and and then uh, I think that's all. So this everything goes well. This gives about 3%, but then as we do adjustments, adjustments are mainly to not only to reduce the losses. Adjustments are also to maximize the profits. So we will definitely do that, and then I think that's all. I will explain this rationale behind some of these numbers and then other things. So one good thing is this particular trade for September, it got a wide range, close to 10%, bottom 5.5, and then the top is about 5%. And anyway, this is my view, a far stretched. The reason is September we will not get any results. I'm expecting market to definitely not to hit this. So my at least my current thinking is I'm going to use this, which is the P, which is where is this P? Yeah, 23,500 P as a pull position, and then I'll keep moving the C. And in case it is required, I will actually come back to 25,000 CE down the line. But I think this I will keep it, and with the time decay, probably I'm going to get some money out there. Let's see how this trade goes. As of now, as I said, it is actually showing about 3.4%, but my aim is to get to 5% without losing money. That's the challenge that I have for myself. I think that's all from my end, and I wish you a great Friday, and then obviously weekend. And if you're participating in the Sunday session, I will meet some of you. But otherwise, enjoy rest of the day, and then see you all on Sunday morning. And if I get time today, I will do my trade video today, depending on how the day goes. Otherwise, I will post into Twitter. All right. So, how do you go aggressive in low premium scenarios such as yesterday? I think yesterday was not aggressive at all because I'm selling, right. So I usually yesterday, in fact, some point of time I did 50,000 quantity on the PE side, because I was very confident that it's not going to fall, but then that can backfire some days, and which in fact happened on last week. So last Friday. One second, Jayesh. Sir, do you deploy calendar spreads? So calendar spreads I do very rarely. In fact, the previous positional trade, right? Let me go back to This one I did have some calendar spreads here and there, but then I will not call them as a theoretical pure play calendar spread. So it all goes with the some bit of a comfort and the convenience, right? So as an example, I did do 22nd August put, and then the 29th August call at one point of time. Again, that's basically the comfort feeling that I had. So that's all. So they're not like a theoretical calendar spreads, but then it's, as I said, it all goes with the comfort that I carry in that particular shade. So I think that's all. How do you? Okay, all right. So I think Janith is the active participant today. Thank you, Janith, and ping me on Twitter, and then we can definitely catch up. Yeah. Have a great day, and I think market is getting open. I need to get prepared, and bye bye. One second. So I meant premiums are so low on OTM, and risk reward is not. Yeah, I think the risk reward usually for sellers is never favorable, right? So usually you gain probably 2 lakhs, and then you will end up losing about 10 lakhs. That's the risk reward, but then that's the game, though. So we just can't do anything. So I think the buyer's risk reward is quite easy. But sellers, I think you always carry higher risk and then the lower rewards. But then I think probably, I'm not sure if you're part of my previous session, right? So I strongly believe our strategies should be consistent, and then they need to give a constant income without you getting into a lot of stress. And then you also know how much you're going to lose, right? So you are psychologically and mentally prepared the money that you're going to lose. So yeah, I think that's all. Can you do live? Probably not today quotation. I will try to find some time, and I'll definitely do some live trades. And I mean, I'm doing here and there bits and pieces live trades, but again, it all goes with a lot of other things, right? So I will see. All right. Thank you, Kodesh. Much appreciated. And Kodesh Adapala, I think he must be from Andhra Pradesh. And yeah, thanks for that feedback. And that's all. So, okay. Have a great remaining day. Bye bye.